Hi, I'm Mona. This is Sacred Geometry Universe. This is another chit chat. Okay. So I was looking through one of my phones, my other phones, and I happened to see 2 videos that I recorded a few days ago, right? When all this epiphany stuff started happening. Basically, when I entered New Mexico. I tend to be able to have dreams and stuff out here, and I'm able to I guess, I don't know what you call it, receive messages from my ancestors or from spirit, whatever, right? For me, messages for me that will only resonate for me, because, you know, I'm witnessing the synchronicities, right? Just like if another person witnesses a synchronicity, that is for them specifically, right? All right. So I've been having problems. I've been having nightmares, basically, and crazy ass thoughts. Some of them are scary too, about the tarot, that I've come to some sort of epiphany about it. And so normally when those types of things happen to me, I don't know what that shit is. So what do? I start doing research. I separate myself from reality or civilization, right? Not reality, but civilization. And I go into like hiding into the nature, into the forest. I go camping, whatever. I've been doing that for months because I'm on some sort of like spiritual journey, I guess, or whatever, right? Now I've noticed that in almost all the states that I've visited, and I've visited at least half of the states, that I haven't been able to have any dreams at night, you know, like I haven't. But in New Mexico, I don't know why I'm able to have dreams here, or at least some sort of visions, or it's weird. It's weird, but I appreciate that. Okay. So I am back here in New Mexico. I didn't come back here because of that. I came back here because I was going to pass through. And then once I was here, because I was checking something out, dude, the dreams happened. And that's when it made me realize, that's when I put 2 and 2 together, that somewhere here, or this state is a state that's really that I can connect with, right? Because the visions come and things like that. Once I hit New Mexico, I got a fucking crazy ass epiphany, and that was a while ago. Everything that I record it's pre-recorded, so I've been here for a while. And the epiphany I got was about, you know, about the tarot and about the way things are. And what triggered it was I watched a tarot reading. This is more than a week ago by now. I watched a tarot reading and something resonated, and I mentioned, oh, da 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 da. And I didn't expect any kind of, you know, response for that. I just put it out there as general knowledge. And that person put me on blast. You know, I might have mentioned this before in another video, but I mean, in case you didn't catch that one, that is what triggered my epiphany as to why would a person basically downplay their own gift, right? If something resonates with somebody and they say something, why would you downplay your own gift by saying, that's not what I meant? Why would you? So that right there was a red flag for me. And I was like, oh, what the hell? Because, and on top of that, it upset me, which normally something like that wouldn't, but it upset me for a particular reason. Because there was deception. And that's what I figured out. Now, once I figured that out, oh my God, here come the nightmares. Here come the other epiphanies. Here come that feeling like, you better fix that shit, or you better, you know, you better turn things around, or you're going to get the karma. And I'm like, me? I didn't do it. And then I had to go into contemplation. Like, what the, like, I totally had the feeling inside me like I'm in trouble. Like, and I'm like, what the fuck did I do? You know, and these are feelings and messages and nightmares and visions and shit that I'm getting from, I guess, spirit or my angels or ancestors. I believe in that stuff, okay? Right? But that's my own personal opinion. That's my own stuff, okay? I have reasons for believing that, okay? And it's not because I'm a Christian or Protestant or I grew up in a Catholic. I have no concept of fearing the Bible. To me, the Bible is just a reference or a feel-good book. I don't fear that shit. What I do fear is I fear spirit, angels, ancestors, you know, that are like to me. Okay, I fear that. I didn't in the past, but because I've had near-death experiences, that is the only reason, because I cannot explain what it was that I experienced when that shit happened, okay? And that is the only reason why I believe in God now. Like, before, I didn't really believe or disbelieve. I just never gave it any thought because it was never part of my life. I was not taught to fear the Bible, okay? Plain and simple. So I've been really confused about what it is, like, about the tarot. See, I'm getting these messages like, okay, I got some sort of epiphany about false prophets, right? And so what did I do? And I'm like thinking, what are they saying, that I'm a false prophet? And, you know, is that what my spirits are trying to tell me? What does the Bible say about false prophets, right? So, like I said, the Bible, I'll use it as a reference if spirit or if I'm guided to look something up. So I kind of basically typed in, what does the Bible say about false prophets, right? Because it's like, whoa, am I a false prophet by, you know, doing the tarot or whatever, you know? And so I didn't understand. So when I typed that in, dude, so many passages of false prophets in there. And I was like, oh my God. And I'm thinking, am I acting as a false prophet? Is that what this is? And so I was reading through them. And as I'm reading through them, like, the meanings are worse and worse. And I'm just like, fuck. And I feel that feeling in my chest, like, you're in trouble. You are in trouble for saying that spirit says, or, you know, spirit is telling you or guiding me to, or spirit is saying this, that, and the other. You know, I'm a messenger of spirit, of God, you know, anything that I have said about that. Oh shit. I felt like, oh fuck. Oh fuck. You know, like, no. I didn't mean it that way, right? Now, if you guys are confused about what I'm talking about, here's the passage. Out of all those whole bunch of passages I read, there are all so many, this is the one that just keeps coming into my face. And I'll tell you what, I was scared. I'm not going to play like I was, because you know what? I don't really fear shit. I don't. I've had a lot of brushes with death. I've been in a lot of fucked up situations. What's the worst that can happen? Death is not the worst thing that can happen to man. Life is the worst thing that can happen to man. Things that happen to you in life. Let me read that passage that keeps fucking coming up when I'm doing research. And I read this passage in one of my readings, and I will probably start reading this passage at the end when I do my closing statements of the readings. I think this is the one that I need to read. And I'm going to. Since everybody's freaking quoting the Bible, how come no one's quoting this, okay? So this is from Jeremiah 23:16. Thus says the Lord of hosts, do not listen to the words of the prophets who prophesy to you, filling you with vain hopes. They speak visions of their own minds not from the mouth of the Lord. That shit keeps coming up, and I am trying to put 2 and 2 together. I'm trying to figure out what is fucking spirit trying to tell me. And you know what? And every day that goes by, and a little bit more that I spend, time that I spend alone and contemplate on shit like this, or other things that I might find, or other visions that come to me, so far, because in the past 2 chit chats that I put up, that I actually just watched today, it's off because I still wasn't clear. Now, this is what I have so far in terms of what this means with the passage that I just read. Now, basically, thus says the Lord of hosts. Okay, we are all hosts, and the Lord of hosts, right? We all have one God, or one person, or one something out there that we believe in, right? Okay, we got that down. Do not listen to the words of the prophets who prophesize to you. These are freaking people who are trying to tell you prophecies, right? Like this will happen, or you will experience this in the future, and da-da-da-da-da, or like fortune tellers, kind of like that, okay? Kind of like that, right? Filling you with vain hopes, soulmates, and twin flames, filling you with vain hopes. You have a lot of readers out there that will read for divine masculine, and you hear them getting real mad because the divine masculine is still with a karmic and choosing to stay there, and they're making the wrong choice and they're miserable. You know what? That is the person speaking is what they're going through. Okay, that's what they're going through. They are trying to get through to the person that they want, their divine masculine, right? Getting all pissed off. You know, I hate when people do this, when they do that, and they do this, and they don't see they're unhappy. What do you mean they don't see their... You're the one that's acting or playing or wanting them or trying to manifest their unhappiness. Number one, they're not with you. If they were with you, they would be with you. Okay? If they ghosted you, they don't love you. They don't want to be with you. Okay? They used you, basically. So we have people who are in fucking la-la land getting all pissed off because their divine masculine, or a divine masculine, is miserable, going through problems. They can't stop thinking of you. All this kind of stuff. That's people trying to put some sort of shit in your head, false hope, because when that shit don't happen, what are you going to do? You're going to keep watching tarot in hopes that one day it comes true. And what's happening there is you are not learning your self-worth, and you are allowing other people who don't have self-worth take you into their world of sadness and longing for their soulmate or twin flame. Oh, but we're supposed to forgive and forget and heal together. I'm sorry, you guys. You can forgive, but you will never forget. I'm sorry, we were not programmed like that. You will never forget that that person ghosted you and left you for someone else. You will never forget that that person was fucking someone while they were supposed to be with you, or out doing the unmentionable behind your back. Why would you forget? You can forgive, but why would you be with someone like that? Why, how could you? That will always linger in the back of your mind, what that person did to you. Every time you look at them, possibly every time you have sex with them, you will be thinking about them having sex with someone else. Why would you put yourself through that? That right there is about no self-worth. And if you have readers out there claiming or demanding that you need to be with your twin flame, that is not true. What they are saying to you is what's in their mind. They are trying to be like, they're basically, what they're hoping is their twin flame is watching, and they're trying to scare that person into believing that they will never find happiness unless they're with that person. It's a fucking lie. It's a lie. That person can find happiness again elsewhere without anyone. They can find it. We all can do that. But those of us who have a problem with separation anxiety, or the egos are so large that they won't let them go, that person's going to come back if it kills me, you know, and it's going to you probably will be living your life alone, because you are so hung up and fixated on this twin flame shit, believing that you gotta have that person, that you have no self-worth. You are trying to pull down everyone else with you who's broken. Yes, you can forgive those people, whoever hurt you. But you're going to always set yourself up for failure, because you're always going to remember what they did to you, even if they're with you. It's always going to be in the back of your head. And that's not where I want to be. Whoever, you know, told me that my person was at twin flame, because I didn't even know what the fuck that was. Somebody's like, that's your twin. I'm like, what the fuck is that? She's like, but let's talk about this. She still didn't even tell me what the fuck a twin was. And I had to find out. Like, I couldn't fucking figure that shit out. It took me a long time. How does that person even know what that is to who that is to me? You know what I'm saying? So I don't fucking believe, but this is bullshit. Because I've had strong connections before like this, exactly like this, where I've been in and out and up and down with different people, and upset and gone through so long with different people, in and out with different people. This person is not the only one, you know? Yet that person supposedly, you know? But you know what? God didn't put us here to be crying over someone who hurt us, hoping that they'll get better and come back. That's basically what these readers are doing. I'm not fucking gonna wait for anyone. If I find love and I find that it's loyal and fair and good and kind, you know, I'm not waiting for any fucking body. Crazy? Wasting my time. Wasting my life. Fuck no. I chit-chatted up with handsome men. I don't mind. You know? Now, whether they like me or not is a different story, because I kind of like being out here on the road. I don't have any sexual exchanges with anyone, because I'm a lady. That's not what I do. I know I'm not staying in the town for long, so I don't put myself out like that. I don't know. No. Not until I actually am stationary somewhere, like I'm trying to find a new pad, right? Then I can start looking for some sort of relationship, because it's not, ew. Out on the road, that's like being a floozy out here. Just, you know, I don't need it that bad, so I'm okay. You know what I mean? But I do believe that I can find love again. And because these readers also, they tell you like, oh, you're never going to be happy. You're always going to, well, okay. You know, if that person's on my mind a lot, okay. You know what, to be quite honest, there's a lot of people, a lot of my past relationships that I will never forget. You know, right now I can think of like 5. So, you know what I'm saying? And they were all long-term, and they were all meaningful, and they were all lessons. This past one, who this psychic lady claimed that was my twin flame, well, this is just another one. And I found, you know, happiness along the way, other ways and with other people. So it is possible. Right? Now, let's move on. Because, yeah, these people are trying to give you false hope and keep you stuck in their loop. Don't do it, okay? For anybody who sees this. Filling you with vain hopes, right? So, they speak visions of their own minds. I told you guys. People are talking about their own experiences. And they're turning around and saying, Spirit is telling me. I just saw 2020, okay? And they're turning around and saying, Spirit's telling me to tell you guys, or, you know, just shit like that. Or the message I'm getting from Spirit is, no. What it is they speak visions of their own minds. Their own minds. Experiences that they're going through. The experiences that only they can speak out this way because they're going through it and they're suffering in it. Not from the mouth of the Lord. Which means no more saying, let's see what Spirit has to say. Spirit is guiding me to tell you. Spirit is this. I'm a messenger. That shit is not coming from Spirit. That shit is coming from you. This is what I'm gathering so far. That whatever messages you're getting into the cards are for you to relay from your personal experiences. Okay? Now, yes, it's a card game. And I was thinking, oh, it's just a card game. There's so many things that could come out, you know, in these cards to, you know, there's millions of card combinations. That's all it is a game. And it is. It is, okay? But you can gather energy from yourself and the cards. Because no matter what I do, when I read the cards, it still resonates real well. And I'm like, okay, so the cards are still resonating, okay? But this passage right here is telling me, if you are a reader, don't be like you're quoting Spirit. Don't say that Spirit is telling you. I just saw 2211. Don't say the message from Spirit. The shit that you are relaying is from you. It's from you. Do not use the Lord's name in vain. It's kind of like name dropping to gain popularity. It's like that. If people believe that, oh, Spirit told that person to tell me, then they might, you know, you got people out there who are like they will run with that shit. Oh, I saw a reading from so-and-so and Spirit said to them that blah, 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 blah. Oh, it resonates. And, you know, and yes, it could resonate. You know why? Because all the cards were designed to resonate at least a little bit. So basically, up until this point of contemplation, up until this point, because I still have like 2 videos to turn in about other contemplations in the chit chat, and those were when I was at that point. So this is like, I think 2 days later from those, and I have new contemplations because I've brought myself out here into nature to contemplate, to not really use any sort of outside sources. You know, that's why I go off the grid, because I do the real hermit thing. I really go and I contemplate and I think about things, and I have books here that I look into and you know, I reference and stuff to try to figure shit out, you know, like dream interpretations and shit like that. I have these are things that I have with me to help me, to guide me on why I'm having these visions, why I'm thinking about. And basically from this passage that keeps on coming and coming is that and you know what, there's a lot of people that I'm not sure if I even have heard them say that the message is from Spirit. I'm not sure if they have. Some of them might and some of them might not. They might not even mention it, you know, but I do. Yeah, that's the majority of what I hear is about Spirit is telling me to tell you. No, that's false prophecy. That's false prophecy. That's name dropping, and you're name dropping the wrong person's name, because that person will give you fucking heavy ass karma for that. You know, and that heavy ass karma could be you stuck in twin flame, you know, journey, no self-love for yourself, you know, something like that, stuck in tarot world, freaking trying to figure shit out in your life. You know, that's, you know. So what I'm gathering here is that if you are going to make any claims as a tarot reader, they're not coming from spirit, it's coming from you. And that's what I'm gathering spirit wants you to say, because spirit don't want you to name drop his name or her name or whoever spirit is to you, because that's being like a false prophet. And it's in the Bible, and it's crazy because I hear people saying that shit and then they quote stuff from the Bible. Why don't they quote this? This is, you know, this says the Lord, the Lord of hosts, do not listen to the words of the prophets who prophesy to you, filling you with vain hopes, right? They speak visions of their own minds, not from the mouth of the Lord. Not from the mouth of the Lord. They're coming from your mouth. Oh, but Spirit's telling me to say, no. That's fucking ideas coming into your head because a picture on a card is triggering something of you to think about. It's not coming from Spirit. So I'm not going to say any more about, you know, being a messenger of God or Spirit or anything. I'm not going to say that anymore. And I have actually stepped back and, you know, prayed and asked for forgiveness for ever saying that. I'm going to keep my videos up, but as far as I'm concerned with the relationship of me and Spirit, Spirit knows that I'm sorry for ever using his or her name in vain like that. I thought that's what it was, but what it is Spirit's like, give yourself more credit. You've been through those experiences. You have a right to say that this is coming from you. And that's what I'm saying from now on. That the messages are coming from me, not from Spirit. That's what I have been guided to tell you. Like, Spirit wants me to tell you the truth. That these messages and interpretations are coming from me, not messages from Spirit. And Spirit's not guiding me. You know, if anything, Spirit is guiding me to tell you the truth, and that's what the truth is. And if you're able to resonate with people when you do the readings and stuff, then that's a real gift. Don't downplay your gift if you have one. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I've come up with so far. Okay, I've already got like some videos taped, but I'm still not going to go into town for a few more days because, and I'll tell you why, is because it gets to temperatures like 25 degrees. So like my ice is not melting. And normally I would go into town if I need more ice or water, but I filled up all my jugs, so I have enough water for bathing. I've also, the ice is not melting, so my food's not spoiling. I have enough gas for the generator. I have enough propane for the heat. So I try to stay out here as long as I can. Like, I'm not in any rush to go back into town. So I'm going to have probably a lot of videos for this channel to upload. The tarot channel, I just kind of put one out a day. That's how I do it, you know, like, so that's just how I do it, you know. I guess that's the only message that I have for you guys in terms of what's going on with me right now, and the messages that I'm getting, and the synchronicities and the dreams, and you know what I need to do about these visions. And I'm gonna continue the research, my own research, make more Bible references, because a lot of the time some stuff in there I'm guided to look for. Some stuff it contradicts, right? And some stuff it's like, oh, okay. So it's like this particular passage that we went over today is something that just keeps popping up no matter where I look. What this one specifically keeps popping up, and it's so crazy because it resonated with one of the readings that I actually read in it. And you know, like I said, I'm probably gonna add this to every to the end of every reading, just so people understand that whatever's being said here, it's coming from me. I'm not relaying any message from God or spirit or anybody. Okay, if anything, I could be guided by spirit, like do a reading right now. That's just about it. That's it. When it comes to the actual message coming out, that's coming from me. That's my intuition. That's my gift to you. I'm not receiving any, no. And if I'm resonating with you, then I'd like to be happy to tell you that that is the gift that I have. It's not from spirit, and I'm not a messenger from spirit. I'm going through energy, and it's all me. Okay, spirit wants me to give myself credit for my work, because in the past, like, maybe I haven't done that enough. Maybe I've, you know, even though I did well, I still put others ahead of me, or I put something else as better than me as. And yes, and I was saying spirit all those times because I highly look up to spirit now. And I thought that it was spirit that was, you know, the one, but no, now I'm being guided to that it's me. It's my gift to relay these messages. It's not my place to say that I'm a messenger or I'm relaying a message from spirit, because that's being a false prophet. I'm not, and I also don't make money off of, you know, spirit. You know, don't use spirit to make money. That's like being a pastor and passing around the coin dish. You know what I'm saying? That's like, okay, it's okay if you can't add to the coin dish, you know, or I don't know what they call that dish that they pass around when after the service. I remember when I was young, they used to do that. I went to church, but it wasn't in my in English, so I didn't understand it. But I did see people putting, and I did notice that if somebody couldn't put, somebody would give that look. Like, why? They can't afford it, but they still want to hear words of God. What would they do? Why would they give that look? You know what I'm saying? That's fucked up. Right? I did notice that, though, as a child, you know? And that's like a, you better do it or you're going to be in trouble type of thing, I think. I don't know. That's weird, right? Yeah, kind of. I don't know. But, that's what that is, you know? And there's a lot of people out here trying to use God or the universe or spirit's name to gain their fortune, you know? So I'm just saying for that. The person that triggered all this, though, the reader that triggered all this, I'm not even sure if that person ever does mention that stuff, to be quite honest. But there was something said that she was basically downplaying her own gift. And why would you do that? So that's something weird. I don't know. I don't know what's up with that chick. So, but I will also say that I have not watched a tarot reading because I used to watch like one or two a day. At one time I was watching them freaking all day, every day, falling asleep to them at night. Like I was hung up. I was fucking stupid, you know, but through those times of healing myself and trying to understand myself, it became less and less. And then I started getting more like of my own dreams and visions. This was when I was at home in Missouri. I was starting to get my own dreams and visions, and I realized, ooh, you know, something's going on here, you know? And I got really into the tarot and stuff, like a lot. And yeah, and you know, a lot of people think that I'm like brand new on YouTube, but I've been on there for like 3 years. The only thing is I don't advertise it. I figure that if a person finds my shit, it's because they were meant to find it. I have a feeling that people aren't going to be ready for this. And there's going to be people who are very upset. So this is why, this is why I haven't, I don't have a lot of viewers because, you know, you can buy viewers, you can buy subscriptions, you can buy all that. And plus, even before that, like, I never had any spiritual friends. Like, no one I knew was spiritual. No one I knew. There was nobody that I knew really like churchy people at all. So it's like when I got into this, it was like, oh, people were like, what the fuck? What are you doing? You know, it's like, they're like, whoa, you know how to do that? You know how to... All I did was study. Well, no, I was kind of guided to it because you can't just be like, oh, it's a natural gift. You know, I guess you can, but there is study involved. You have to know what the fuck you're talking about. You have to know what these cards mean. You have to have been through life trials in order to, you know, come up with these stories. So it's got to come from you. You know what I mean? Unless you watch a lot of fucking movies and a lot of TV and that's where you get your stories from, then you are not. That's where you got to watch out. Because there's readers on here that will give you examples from TV shows, dude. And other readers who can't explain, like, why something's happening. What do? They say it's black magic because they don't know how to explain it because they've never been in that experience themselves. So the only thing a person can say to keep it like they're acting like they know what's happening is by throwing in, this person's doing black magic on you. That's such fucking bullshit. You can't even... I'm so sorry for people who fucking believe in that. And I did at one time. That's how they get you. They try to play off of your fears. I got that fear because I was watching tarot card readings. And when I heard that, I was like, oh my gosh, somebody trying to do black magic on me. And I got nervous and scared. And I looked up this lady and everything. And I went into her. And I drove like 2 hours to get to her freaking place. She had a bookshop and crystal shop. And I kind of went in there casually. And I told her about this situation. And you know what she told me? And that fucking changed my whole world after that point. She's like, well, if you believe in it, then you can manifest it. If you don't, then what are you worried? Then don't worry about it. And I was like, what? Because before I heard that shit from tarot, I didn't believe in anything. I didn't worry about it. Nothing like that ever happened. Everything was cool. But once one of those tarot readers put that black magic shit in my mind just started fucking going. Then I started reading more about esoteric and magic and this and that until I finally realized, yeah, that's a fucking crock of bullshit. Right? Why would people, if black magic and magic like that was so, you know, well, why aren't they coming up, you know, with bettering their own lives? Why not make magic to manifest happiness and joy for yourself or something, right? Why would you? So that's how I know. It's kind of like hypochondria. Yes, people like with hypochondria, like they believe that they have some kind of illness. Same concept. Somebody makes you fear something from the tarot or black magic, and you can be so much in your head, that shit around you, that you will only notice the stuff that goes wrong in your life, even though there could be a 50-50 chance of like good stuff and bad stuff. But if you're focused on that black magic garbage that somebody put in your head, you're only gonna remember the bad shit. And you're gonna be like, ah, black magic. Yeah, dude, that's what I've come up with so far. You know, I'm gonna talk about, you know, other stuff, I guess. I'm gonna probably talk about black magic a little bit more in a separate video, but I always notice that I always start the video one way and I veer off to another subject. Sorry, I meant to talk about this in another video, and I probably will, but I'm gonna end it right here because I can veer off into other directions, and 38 to 40 minutes is long. So all right, you guys, thanks for joining me here till the end, if you did. And I'm Mona. This is Sacred Geometry Universe chit chat session. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.